it on to the upcoming generations in the future.
Wonderful. Okay, that is the end of part one. We'll now move on to part two. I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Wonderful. Here's your paper,
Thank you.
pencil, and here is your topic. You now have 1 minute to make notes.
This is John. In the last 30 days, John has done over $5,000 selling one single book that
Okay, you will now have 2 minutes to speak about your topic. Don't worry if the time is over. I will stop you after the 2 minutes. You may start speaking now.
I would like to talk about the time after when I graduated from high school. It was at the peak of summer when I had to study really hard for the senior grade of high school. On that year, I had to sacrifice everything and give up on all the joys and to somehow step out of my comfort zone. Despite all of this, I managed to keep a high spirit because I knew that this would end very quickly, and on top of all that, this would mark a significant milestone on that year. So I burned the midnight oil for months on end, and after a couple of months, when I grabbed my certificate in hand, I was like over the moon, and I get the feeling that all the sufferings have come to an end, and it was like the time to open a new page of my life. And for this reason, my parents were so proud of me to throw a graduation party for me. And to move on more to the details, I can say that this party was only a dinner party, which only included my own family and some of my friends. My parents invited a musical band to perform my favorite songs, and we all had a blast together on that night. And at the end, everyone congratulated me and wished me a successful college year ahead. And I was really proud of myself on that night, which marked an indelible moment for me that I will treasure forever, I think. And I am really looking forward for the college life in the future.
Thank you very much. That is the end of part two. 2 minutes is over. I will take your papers back now. Thank you very much. And the paper you have there,
Yeah.
the topic. Thank you. We'll now move on to part three. So we've been talking about an important event in your life, and I'd now like to ask you some questions related to this. Here we go. What days are important in your country?
The majority of our population are Muslims, and that is why Muslims tend to celebrate Eids and as a national festival, and it's like a huge celebration. They sometimes pay and repay a visit to one another, and sometimes they buy some new clothes and they cook some special cuisines on that day, and it is considered a happy moment on that day.
Wow, and why is it important to have national celebrations?
When I come to think of it, national celebrations can boost the unity among nations. And another is the great advantage that it gives an overview of, it reflects an overview of the attitude of gratitude and enjoying every thing that we own, everything we have, instead of the things that we don't or that we want in the future. So it's a great moment to be grateful for what we have.
And how is the way your national celebrations are celebrated now different from the way they were celebrated in the past?
Actually, I am not very into the celebrations that have happened, that people used to have in the past. But about today, I think people tend to care a lot more about some private parties that people in the past didn't used to have. It's something that people in the past, I think, used to celebrate more indoors, whereas today people are celebrating outdoors with their friends. Like teenagers, they are, more reluctant than ever to celebrate these national festivals with their family members or relatives. They like to have their own independent lives and enjoy themselves independently.
Okay, and are there any celebrations from other countries that you celebrate in your country?
Absolutely. Recently, we can easily see that people are celebrating some celebrations that are not part of their culture. Like, for example, Valentine's Day or the Halloween's Day. They are not part of our culture. And despite all of this, they are celebrating it at a large scale.
Right, and what are the benefits of having events that many people around the world are celebrating on the same day?
In my opinion, there are a lot of positive aspects involved in this global events. It reminds us of the fact that we are all the people around the world are humans, and we all have the same values, no matter what race, religion, entity, or no matter who we are all sharing this world together to celebrate together.
And do you think any new national celebrations will come into being in the future?
It's a good question. I would say yes, because we have seen so many celebrations that have been added to our daily lives through history, and the future is not an exception. We can expect any new festival to be added in the future.
Okay, thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.